Listen, like I told y'all in the last video, man. Next up, Genghis Khan. I mean, what? Freddie Wong is what I meant to say. A lot of people don't know. Freddie Wong is also a TBC character, like I said last video. So his spec is just me trying to cram his TBC build into a vanilla build. So is it the best? Of course not. But I've murdered many people in this spec. So we got, you know, your typical master deception, so people can't see you from like 8 miles away. Sleight of hand, reducing crits, elusiveness, you know what I'm saying? Reduce that time on blind advantage, especially because just like Retoria, this is a build with very low defense. Like, you have to be careful. You have to pick and choose your targets carefully. Okay? You can't just run up and pull up on people 10-fold speeds. You're not very fast. That's okay. You're a rogue. You ain't really getting around anywhere special that anyways half the dang time. Initiative. Okay? Always want those extra combo points. Assassin. Extra Avascrate damage is always important. And a little bit of crit. Sure, you won't be able to build combo points as fast as the next man, but that's the whole reason the spec is the way it is. You don't exactly need combo points. Now, let me get to the gear real quick before we get to the main part. All your extra gear on the outside does not matter. None of that matters. The important part is your trinkets and your weapons. You're gonna need 2 swords, obviously. Both of them gotta be fast. They gotta be quick, because that's more proc rates. That's more multi-strikes, baby. And I think you already see the trinket. I think you already know what that is. So we're gonna skip that real quick. Any trinket for your secondary is good, but when the time comes, this is one of the best. Attack speed is very important. That means you can swing more, which means more multi-strikes. And the most important trinket of them all, boom. The greatest trinket of all time. 2% chance on an extra hit. You already swinging stupid fast. Your hit speed is out through the roof. You're gonna need that big time. Plus it gives 20 attack power, which is pretty good for a level 53 item. Okay, so the main part of the build. Okay, the most important combat, obviously. Improve sinister strike. Dodge, hit. Obviously, you're gonna need hit. You're swinging so fast. If you don't have enough hit, you're just gonna be seeing misses and crap on your screen. You don't want to see that, because if you see that, it's over. You see that? 316. Me up there, man. Okay. Dual will. Increase that offhand damage, baby. Improve sprint. This will help you big time. After all, you can only vanish and blind once, so you're gonna need this. Especially when you get stuck fighting stupid mages or druids or something like that, that are just sticking you to the ground the entire time. Blade flurry. Weapon expertise. Aggression. Adrenaline rush. Blade flurry. Why? Because of more attack speed. And then, boom. The most important thing, sword specialization. Now you get 5% chance of extra swings, 2 fast swords, and then this can proc on some of those extra swings as well. You're through the roof. You're multi-striking like no other, man. Why you think Outlaw or Combat, when Mastery came in, it got multi-strike? Because of this. Okay? It was like, that was the main thing everybody and their mother used. Because this is cool, but that's more oriented for PvP. This is cool for Combat Dagger Spec, as I proved with testing Goranis. Ain't all that great for PvP. I'm sure it's good for dungeons. I wouldn't know. I'm not a PvEer. I'm a PvPer, you know what I'm saying? But in PvP, I've proved many times, it's not that great. Fist weapons. That's cool, but I mean, there's not very many fist weapons in vanilla to make this useful. And if you're gonna go fist weapons, you might as well just go regular old subtlety, like Vanessa, you know what I'm saying? Vanessa is a regular old subtlety rogue, just like Jadam. More on the damage side, like J-Rack actually. She's more on the damage side, but instead of daggers or swords, she uses fist weapons. I could show y'all a video on that spec, but I mean, it wouldn't really be pointless. You could literally just go watch any PvP video I've posted of classic PvP that's titled Subtlety Sword Rogues, and boom, you'll see Vanessa. Not literally see Vanessa, but you'll see Jadam or J-Rack. Actually, no, I posted Vanessa videos. Never mind. Yeah, you can see her. Yeah, this is the spec. So let's get straight into it, man. This is a really long intro, so let's just go straight into it. Okay, so typical joint, like I always do. Y'all see them. Okay, cloth, leather, mail, light plate or regular plate, and heavy plate. That's plate with a shield. So, right, like I said in the intro, this was a TBC spec. So obviously it's not going to be as good because I crammed it all into one spec, just in case you need to see the spec again. Boom. Bop. Right. And then boom. So obviously it's not going to be as good as the TBC spec because this was a TBC character. But you're probably asking, is it bad? Is it good? I'll let you be the judge, man. Look at this, man. Check this out. Bop. Resist. Hold up, man. See, they always playing me. They stay playing you, boy. What are you saying? Resist, bro. I don't ever get no damn resist. Come on, man. Bop. Pop all your crap right then and there. Just before what's the name ends, hit him with the second one. Boom. Look at this stupendousness, man. You tell me if this is nasty. Bop, bop, bop. Look at all the. Whoa! Yo. The Reckoning Paladin of Rogues. That's what this man is. You tell me, is it good? Okay? Now, somebody might think, yo, that's a lot of cooldowns you gotta use. That's fine. It's only 5 minutes. And you don't really have to wait for Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush is just for that extra. You don't really need that. Your most important is Kiss and Blade Flurry. And those are only too many cooldowns. So, you could do this often, right? And this wasn't even the gear my boy was equipped it with, man. On Retro WoW, which y'all know is a server I used to play on before they banned me for no reason. They didn't tell your boy why they didn't tell me why I got banned. It was like, blah, 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 you banned. I hit up the main dude. He didn't answer, which let me know even further that they was banning me off some spite because I wasn't donating, but I was making a crap ton of gold. Y'all know me. I'm a gold making fool. Actually, y'all don't know that because I've never showed y'all how I make gold. But I'm a gold making fool, man. So I was making so much dang gold. It was like, yo, get this dude out of here. You breaking the economy. I always had potions to sell. I was that dude. I was that dude, baby. I guess somebody else owns that gold ring now. They better not make too much or they'll get banned too. Alright, this is how he was equipped in. Minus the Nerubian Slave Maker and the neck piece, but I forgot the name of the neck piece I was using. And the bow I was using. So nothing I can really do about that right now. The only difference would be like, what? I think he had like 699, 700, and somewhere in the high 6s, somewhere in the low 7s. So either way, boom, pull up on a fool, bop, bop, bop. See that? Boom, and you hit a second stun. He's still popping off. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Ridiculous. Stupendous damage. Off some dang multi-strikes, my guy. Now, can you go toe-to-toe with everybody? No. Not like a regular subtlety rogue. But you can easily go to toe-to-toe with anybody your gear level. Actually, anybody your gear level you'll make quick haste of. Literally, because you got quick haste. You could easily fight clothies about on with your higher gear. Just don't let them run too much. Obviously you got low gear, you're still gonna pay the price if they turn around and get you. With this spec, would I go try to kill and your gear being that low, would I go try and kill hunters and plate wearers? No. If you don't have any procs, I would leave anybody with high armor alone. If you have very low gear. Can you still get close to murdering somebody? Of course. That's the whole point of this spec. Alright, bop, bop, bop. You know, I'm gonna hit your joint. Then you have to blind, and unfortunately, if you gotta stop and blind the man, that's gonna waste a lot of your cooldowns. You'll be able to finish him off though. It wouldn't always be worth it though, because some people resist, as y'all saw when she resisted as the priest. That would have been a bad move there. You got low gear, so I would be careful on who you pick on, who you go to fight. Especially because you're a low defense rogue. You only got one vanish and you only got one blind. So you have to choose wisely. You really got to choose wisely. Or you basically you're a dead man. But we're not testing with low gear. We're testing with best case gear. Okay, let's say you're in a high-end guild and you're getting all the Maximus gear you can. I mean, after all, this is a rogue. There is no true equivalent. You could have Bloodfang and be fine. You could have Night Slayer and be fine. You could have a freaking the one set, the AQ set. It'd be perfectly fine. It's alright. I messed up. I'm not even attacking. Killing plate wearers in this spec is a little harder, but as you can see, it's more than possible. Instant poison, just procs. It just procs, it just procs, it just procs. Alright? This is pre-TBC though, so of course it's not going to be as good. You don't have the same crit levels. 29 crit, which is not bad, but that's not TBC crit. TBC crit I think is like 36%. So that's a huge difference. We're stepping into the gym slot era, where you can have almost as much crit as you please. Now, would I go around fighting heavily armored targets? Probably not the best idea. But you can damage them quite a bit, as you see. It's just stupid. It's just ridiculous. You're doing a lot of freaking damage in a short amount of time with these blades. You always want 2 fast blades, because then that means more multi-strikes, more damage output, more overall DPS. Can you go toe-to-toe, like face-to-face, like no stuns? Of course, any rogue can go toe-to-toe and pop, I almost killed myself again. You pop, evasion. It's an easy toe-to-toe fight. Now, what was the purpose of me making this spec? Well, the purpose of me making this spec, by the time I made him, I already had 5 rogues. And 4 of them, let me see, Jaden, Nelena, J-Rad. Okay, no, I already had 4 rogues, and 3 of them were subtlety. I didn't need any more subtlety rogues. Jaden was subtlety, Nelena was subtlety, J-Rad was subtlety. I'm like, okay. Too many subtlety rogues. I need something different. Failwood was still a low level, so there was no true spec with him. But I already knew what I wanted from him. Oh, no, yeah, no, I'm wrong. 5 rogues. Because Nelena is an ambush rogue, which is mostly subtlety. So yeah, I already had, I had Jadam, which was a subtlety swords rogue. I had J-Rack, which was a subtlety dagger rogue. And I had Nelena, which was an ambush rogue, and then I had Failwood, which I knew I was going to try to make him a mace rogue, a combat mace rogue. So I'm like, I need something different. I can't have any more subtlety rogues. There's only so much you can do with subtlety. Oh, you know what? No. I think I have Vanessa too, which was a subtlety fist weapon rogue. So yeah, I already had 4 subtlety rogues. I'm like, what more subtlety could you possibly do? So I'm like, I need someone different, someone powerful. And then boom, I'm like, yo, what if I make a competitive PvP spec out of the sword specialization? And I did just that. So the spec came out amazing, as you can see. Boom, you know what I'm saying? Bop, bop, you pop all that crap, boom, boom, boom. Look at the freaking combos, man. Look at the combos, man. Is y'all looking? Man, freaking stupid. Oh my goodness. And as you can see, up against any other rogue, if you're going toe to toe with another rogue, they just will not have the swing output that you have. Look at this. Let me give y'all a test right here. One of my favorite tests to do. Let me make him eat real quick. This is the face-to-face battle, okay? This is, you take two characters, put them exactly face-to-face, and just melee swings. I can't really get him to swing at the same time, so I'm going to get him to swing first because he's slower. I'm going to get him to swing. Right? They just sit here swinging on each other. You see that? Freddy is brutalizing this man because the multi-strikes are endless, unstoppable. Brutalizing this man. So toe to toe, if you're fighting another rogue who also doesn't have evasion, let's say you both just got done fighting somebody, you ain't got blind, he ain't got blind, you don't have vanish, he don't have vanish. In a toe-to-toe fight, you're absolutely gonna demolish that man. Because one thing you always have, if you don't have vanish and blind, is you always got sinister strike. You always have slice and dice, which is gonna make your damage output stupendous. And you always have this trinket that, as y'all can see, for some reason is red on my server. I don't know why. When you see that red flash underneath Freddy, that's the trinket popping off. Normally it's blue. I don't know why it's red on my server. But yeah, every time you see that red flash, that means that trinket is popping off. And because his weapons are so freaking fast, it's just popping off. And it's always gonna pop off. Because you're swinging so dang fast. Now look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this, man. See? And it don't matter if the person's wearing plate, because that's where instant poison comes into play. Instant poison is nature damage, that's magical damage. Magical damage cannot be reduced very much at all. There's very few classes who have magical damage reduction. So when you see them instant poison popping off, it's moving so dang fast you can't even see it. There we go. That's all raw damage he's getting hit for. It's not anything more, anything less. He's getting hit that 140. It ain't going down, it ain't going nowhere. Right? Because it's magic damage, man. It's magic damage. Because Bone Scythe, well, no, not really Bone Scythe. Bone Scythe got a little bit of dodge. It ain't nothing special. I'm pretty sure Jadam got more dodge. But because Freddy Wong has so much more uptime, he was still able to hit Jadam more often than Jadam was able to hit him. 22 dodge, and I believe Jadam got like, let me see. Now he is wearing a PvP set, so it's probably not the most, but a lot more than Freddy at 34% dodge. So, boom, there you go. That's the difference, major difference. That this man has a whole 12% more dodge, and still couldn't hit him, Freddy as often as Freddy could hit him, because it's like I said in the Paladin video. If you take two NPCs, two basic NPCs that have no special abilities, they got both the same amount of health, you make one dual wield and you make one use a two-hander, the one that's dual wielding is always going to win because he has more uptime. If you miss with this two-hand that's at 3.8 speed, you gotta wait 3.8 seconds to swing again. If I miss with one of these, guess what? Another one gonna swing, even if they're too slow dual wields. Like Garan is here with two misplaced servo arms. That's two 280 joints. That's 2.8 seconds. You're still gonna swing the other weapon if you miss with the other one. And with 1.5 on instant poison and 1.6 with crippling, poison's gonna be on. People can't really run from you, and the caster damage is just gonna be through the roof. You got way more uptime. This is the Gressel Dawn, one of my favorite swords of all time. And the Widow's Remorse. You got 160 from the Widow. You got 280 from the 270 from the Gressel. Two of my favorite blades of all time. That's why he's using that. Realistically, he should have this on his offhand, but I love the Widow's Remorse. And I just took his gear from that I had on Retro WoW and wore it here. I used to whoop people like that with a freaking pirate hat on. That's the main way my character was known, was that pirate hat and yelling Zone 4 every time I enter a battle. And some people would know the song I got it from. If you don't know the song I got it from, it's Rich Boy, Throw Some D's. Freaking love that song. Throw some D's on that. Zone 4. Get money. New money. You know what I'm saying? People would actually do that every time I join in. But yeah, you got 270, you got 160. Here, you got 150, you got 160. And if I'm popping slice and dice, that's attack speed increased by 30%. Now I'm probably looking at what? 120 and 130, maybe less. You pop this, you probably, oh man, you're probably in freaking fun server haste mode. Then you pop this too. I'm 100% sure you're probably in like what? Point 0.70 and 0.80 speeds, maybe faster. More likely faster. 20%, 30. So you're getting a grand total of 70% extra speed, attack speed. You're probably looking at 0.50 or something. Now look at this, okay? Let's do another head-to-head battle. I'm gonna get, actually, let me get one. Oh wait, no, you can't do that. Oh yes, you can. Get that. Boom. Look at that, she almost dead already. I ain't gonna do that. Now see, they're swinging on each other. Look how fast he's moving. Now pop that, pop that. Look at this crap. He's doing haste server speeds. He ain't supposed to be that dang fast, but he's that dang fast. And that's what makes the Spec amazing. People used to be like all the time, Fred, when I would enter a battle, they'd be like, Fred, why you got two fast weapons on? You're a rogue, you need a slow main hand. I'm like, look, bro, I'm a combat sword Spec. Don't worry about me. Just watch how I get down. And people be like, okay, when you start dying. I'm like, yeah, if only you knew, bro. Trust me. Plus, I'm a rogue, G. Maybe like a mage or something who be saying it too. It's never another rogue. I think only one time it was another rogue, and I told him, and he was like, oh, that's sick. Because he was a rogue, he understood. But it's always like a mage or a priest or somebody like, yo, you're gonna start dying? I'm like, bruh, you a mage, you're gonna die. You're gonna die long before I die. Fred, what's up, man? What's in here? You're gonna die long before I die, bro. Don't worry about no rogue. That's the one thing I never understand is when, like, you're an undergeared rogue and you enter a battle, and it's like somebody who can't go stealth, who you know is gonna die a lot. You're always right because they end up dying a lot. It's like, why are you worried about me? Worry about yourself, bro. You a mage. If you get jumped, you're dead. If I get jumped, I got a good chance of vanishing out and being gone. I might be a-okay, especially if I got some potions with me. I always got some potions with me. So I know I'm gonna be good. Worry about yourself, bro. You don't even know what I'm talking about. You don't even know that rogues got multi-strike specialization and crap. It's always like a mage or somebody who's not a rogue, or probably never played a rogue, just seen some videos and crap. You're supposed to have a slow off main hand. That was the one thing a lot of people used to ask too, is why not a slow main hand? Oh, trust, you could use a slow main hand. You can. But that means less chance of proc because you're swinging slower. It's all about them procs. Now look, you can definitely use a slow main hand. Oh, trust me, it's gonna be about just as nasty. But the proc rate will be noticeably different because you're using a slower weapon. Now check this, man. Check this. Now I'm not saying it's so slow. What? No, give me the freaking jump, man. Crap. Now I'm not saying it's like slower in a term of, oh man, that's terrible. It's so much slower and you're just doing way less damage. Oh no, trust, it's nasty still. It don't make that much of a difference. Trust me, it's still dirty with a slow main because you still hitting hard. For the procs you don't get, at least you still hit kind of hard. Right? See that? Oh, still going just as low. Still dies about just as fast. But I love the procs. The procs just looks incredible and it makes people dumbfounded. See, still kills about just as fast. Not too much slower. Not the biggest difference in the world. You can definitely use a slow main hand if you want. I'm not saying you can't, because I did a lot in TBC. I just prefer 2 fast weapons because when you see them procs run across your screen, it just looks amazing. You can definitely use a slow main hand though. Don't get that twisted. I ain't saying you can't. You can 100% use a slow main hand. But with a fast main hand, the DPS is noticeably a little better. Just a little bit. Not like a crazy amount. But I'm all about that speed, baby. That was the whole point of him, was just stupendous, crazy looking speed. Because when you're swinging on people, obviously they see all that. They see that you just swung like 80 times in one roll. And they're like, excuse me? What was that? This man hit me like I always called this Spec the Reckoning Paladin of rogues. Because you swing so many times in one go, it's ridiculous. See that? I would say he killed about the same speed as it took with the slow joint on the male as the plate. So that shows you it's a slight DPS boost when you're using 2 fast weapons. Now the difference with Burning Crusade is there's better weapons. Now unfortunately I'm limited to a slightly worse offhand compared to my main hand and compared to the Gressel's DPS. But you know, there's nothing I can do about that. Now Burning Crusade has mad fast weapon options you can go for. And I'm pretty sure they made that a definite thing in Wrath Lich King. I think Wrath Lich King had one-hand weapons that were fast and not stuck to offhand. I believe it was Wrath Lich King that did that. So, yeah. But trust. Oh, don't get deterred. You can definitely use a slow weapon if you want. Trust me. You can 100% use a slow sword if you want. It doesn't make a difference. Not the biggest of differences anyways. Plus, if it's all you got, then I would definitely go for it. If you don't have the Iblis or any other fast sword, then definitely go with a slow sword if you find one. Hold on, let me empty these bags real quick. Because I'm thinking right now, 2 slow weapons, I wouldn't do that. You can if you want, but that's even less DPS than the fast and slow weapon, and way less DPS than the 2 fast weapons. Now, your next best item for a slow weapon that's really good and a sword. Who the heck does that drop off? This boy? Yeah, here we go. 280 speed. You see that jump? Dummy slow. I just accidentally gave it to a paladin. 280 speed, right? Dumb slow. But then what you're doing is your instant poison procs are going to be reduced by quite a bit, and your crippling poison procs are going to be reduced by quite a bit. Oh, you're going to be hitting hard, but you ain't going to get them savagery joints, because your speed is not going to even come. I don't even think it's going to be about around here. It's going to get low, probably like the highs, like maybe 1.9s, 1.8s. Brother. Now you get them big boy hits, but I mean, dead by now. I didn't even get to. It's still decent. But to me, actually, you know what though? You can do it like I used to do it. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm remembering. Because I ain't played on Smolder in a while. Smolder, unfortunately, kind of died. There's like 9 people playing right now. I checked before I got on here. There's like 9 people playing. Versus when I used to play, there was like 500. What I used to do was, I used to have a slow weapon just in case I got stuck fighting a plate wearer. Now let me show y'all. With these big boy weapons, you could go toe to toe with the plate wearers easily. You get way more damage out of a fighting plate wearer. Check this, you know what I'm saying? Get them big boy hits. When it comes to them plate wearers. I ain't gonna lie, it didn't make that much of a difference, did it? Hey, but just look at, you see the spec though. Amazing. Simply amazing. The multi-strike world. I always use fast weapons. I just prefer the fastest weapons. It just looks cooler when you see like 78 hits go across your screen. Because you're gonna hit that man like 9 times because you got freaking fun server level haste going on right now. Freaking below 1 second speeds. Kind of messed up on my process. Look how fast he just died. Look how fast they died, bro. That was a lot of misses. Goodness. That's why you gotta have a good deal of hit though. Because if you didn't have precision, oh boy, this spec would not be nearly as good as you see it now. Alright, man, I think that's it though. So if you ever want to try this spec, hey, go ahead. It's very effective, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One of the specs I used to play. Actually, I can't say used to play. I still do play them. Well, not quite. I played them on Retro WoW, but then they decided to ban me. And Smolder Forge, like I just said, is kind of dead. It's like 9 to 15 people playing at best, just dueling each other. I don't like duels. Duels are boring. Then people start to learn how you play. I don't want nobody knowing how I play. I mean, a lot of times I ain't really got a style. I use stuff. I mean, it depends. A lot of times I PvP on Jadam as my role, my PvP role. So, on Jadam I don't really have a style. I just do whatever is necessary. Look at that crap, man. I didn't even need to hit freaking what's in it. That's how dumb this is, man. Oh, okay, never mind. The red is not. Oh, the red is the kiss of the spider. Well, it's supposed to be blue, but I mean, it's clearly proccing though, because he's swinging too dang many times for it not to be proccing. Alright, y'all. It's been your boy, Jano Legendary, man. Next character we're going to be pulling up, doing video on, is going to be Naylina. A lot of people never understood this character. And like, if she's an ambush rogue, how do you not know how to play an ambush rogue? Especially an ambush rogue that old. You'll see. I just can't get it down. But you'll see how I used to play her. It's pretty terrible, but amazing at the same time, because I used to get mad kills. But in the worst way possible. I'm out of here, man.